So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. We have to keep in mind as men that there are some quality women around. Men like to believe and act like there are no quality women around. We like to tell ourselves that no matter what we do, we're not going to be able to find a quality woman. But somebody sent me a video on IG of rapper Ace Hood, and who was, a pretty popular rapper when he was, attached to a major record label, made some pretty, some hood anthems. And since then, he's decided to do it as an independent artist, which means there are many fewer accolades, there are many fewer radio spins, many fewer video spins, but there's more of the residual income that's left to the artist as opposed to having to get the small cut from a label. Now, of course, without those accolades, you just have to go about the business of music. And his wife did something amazing for him, which indicates that she's a quality woman, not just because she did it, but because of the reasons why she did it. I want you men to understand one thing. There are some quality women available, but they're only available to quality men. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, the reality of the scenario is this. It takes a quality man to bring those qualities out of a woman. Now, not all women have those qualities, but the ones who do have those high qualities that men really, really want, they're not going to just let that come out for any man. So if you find a woman who says, I'm submissive to every man, or I'm this, that woman is putting on an act. She's acting submissive. But when a woman truly has these qualities in her, the nurturing qualities, and knowing the difference between nurturing a child and nurturing a man. I meet plenty of women, man, who say that they are nurturing, and when I ask them to give me an example of it, man, they always try to nurture a man like they do a child. We're men, we don't need the same type of nurturing. Matter of fact, we don't need anything as men that we needed as a child. If you still need that same nurturing as a man, then you'd have some soul searching to do, and you probably need some counseling. The reality of the matter is this. Understanding the things that makes her man proud, happy, pleased. Understanding his needs without him even saying them. It's a rare quality. And Ace Hood has found that quality in a woman.
I love you. You deserve it. I know when you went independent, you stopped getting plaques, and I just thought it was really important that you have plaques for your independent projects, so you know that you don't need anybody else to give you awards. Period.
Independent projects. It means so much. And this was the one too where you guys won the intro of it.
So excited. I actually went to the certified place where the RIAA gets their plaques made.
Yeah?
I had them made before you. Yeah.
Wow.
100 million streams, 78 million streams. I just feel like, you don't really give yourself credit, You don't really notice. It's like that's a huge achievement.
If you look at the man, if you know anything about his story and you look at him, you look at his history, you can see that he's been gradually becoming the best version of himself. And you can only do that when there's a woman on your team who's not getting in the way of that. That's if you have a woman. If you have a woman on your team that's getting in the way of that, then you're going to keep flip-flopping back and forth from good to bad, from what's good for you to what's bad for you, from what's good to you to what's bad for you. Gucci Mane is another example of that. He's continuing to become the best version of himself, and not only becoming that, but maintaining that level of existence. And if you're going to have a woman around you, she has to be conducive to that. And I know some beta male Simon and Johnny gonna come in here and say, whoa, Dr. BOA. You always say a man shouldn't be emotional. You always say a man shouldn't be emotional, Dr. B.O.A. But look at this simp cry. Look at this simp cry. Ace Hood, they ought to call him Ace Good. Look at this simp crying. And you're giving him props for it, Dr. B.O.A. Oh, you both are ain't nothing but crybabies, man. Cry, baby, cry. Wipe your weak eye. Put your hand on your hip, make your backbone slip. Dr. B.O.A., you are a crybaby. Ace Hood is a crybaby. The Alphasphere is crybabies. And I don't hang around crybabies. Unsubscribe. Okay, unsubscribe, sucker. But before you go, let me tell you this. When you have something in your life that's good, you appreciate it. You hold on to it. You continue to build it. And that's an example of what we're seeing right here. Many men, no matter how hard you work, no matter how hard you go, you've never gotten this from a woman. And if you don't increase your quality, you'll never get it. Simple things like, okay, it's okay having a woman cook for you if she eats clean too. Most women are too preoccupied with themselves to ever even consider studying their man. This is evidence of a woman who has studied her man. She has studied him. She knows what makes him tick. She knows what makes him relax. She knows how to present herself in a way and her energy in a way that makes him proud to have her. Who can find a virtuous woman? Her husband's heart doth safely trust in her, and he shall have no need for spoil. That's how Ace Hood can pull away from that and be independent. He has no need to go out chasing money, doing whatever he has to do to get money. That's how Gucci Mane can stay independent. There are some quality women, but most men aren't quality men. So when you say, man, all women are like this, all women are like that, I am telling you the energy of the man dictates the energy of a woman. You see, when a woman wants to give you accolades for something that doesn't exalt her as well, you got yourself something. Because a woman will always exalt you for being a good husband or a good provider or a good protector. Those are things that benefit her. But when a woman wants you to get accolades for something that you used to get accolades for from sources outside of her, that's a woman who cares about the sacrifices you make. That's the problem with the majority of women. They want to benefit from the sacrifices that a man makes, but they don't care about the sacrifices. They don't understand the sacrifices. They don't acknowledge the sacrifices. They think the sacrifices is just something he does because it's his job. She feels like the sacrifices that a man makes are her right. But here's a case where a woman says, you know, it's been a while since you've got any accolades for what you do musically. And you still make music and you still are successful at it. So I'm going to take it upon myself to give you those accolades, even though you never say you want them. Even though, as far as I can tell, they don't even matter to you, but they matter to me. You see, if he never told her about these accolades and missing these accolades or any of that, and I've heard several interviews with the guy, he is totally done with that aspect of the music industry. Totally done with it. The woman stated that he never gives himself pats on the back for his career accomplishments. And she said, but I think you deserve them. She thinks he deserves these accolades. She wants him to know that she sees his hard work. She sees his grind. And she wants him to understand that she appreciates it. And she wants to acknowledge it so he can acknowledge it. This is a strong gesture of a quality woman. The reason why we're in the alphasphere of single men, because not many women are willing to do this. Many women can act like they are. But a woman has to be in tune with you spiritually in order to be able to do these things, in order to want to do these things. So any woman that comes into your life and you have a spiritual connection with her, keep that woman. Keep that woman. Because that woman wants to help you build. You know, we just talked about this last night. This woman is not trying to build with him. This is not something she built with him. He built this. He is building this. And she simply wants to do what she can do. It's kind of like building a house, letting a woman decorate it. You know what I'm saying? If you building houses to sell, you build them. She goes in with the interior decorator and designs the inside, man. And the people buy the cribs because they love what you've done with the build, but they've also love the touch that she's put on it to be a helpmeet. This is a perfect example of a woman being a helpmeet. But I'm going to be honest with you. Not every man deserves this. Many men only get accolades for being a good husband, father, provider, protector. She gives this man this accolade for doing his own thing, for something outside of her. See, this is a reward for paying the cost to be the boss and always building employee morale. I always say pay the cost to be the boss. You want to pay the cost to be the boss, because if you don't pay the cost, you can't be the boss. That's on every level of life. If you don't pay the cost, you can't be the boss. But you also keep the business running smoothly by always focusing on employee morale. Always giving your woman what she needs emotionally. Always giving your woman what she needs spiritually. Always giving your woman the guidance that she needs. Always giving your woman the freedom that she needs to be feminine. Always letting your woman have access to an emotional relationship with you. You just don't want to become emotionally attached. When a woman understands that the little things matter more than the stuff, she's probably a keeper. And this is an example of a woman who understands that the stuff is okay. But this is not about the stuff. This is about the little things. This is about caring. This is about consideration. This is about thoughtfulness. And I know a lot of you guys haven't experienced that with women ever in your life, not even your mother. Look at all these millionaires being taken to the cleaners by their women. Look at a couple of billionaires being taken to the cleaners by their women. Here's a man we don't even hear about anymore, who has a woman that's showing full support for everything that he's doing. And he's making less money than he did before. He's less famous than he was before. He's getting fewer accolades than he did before. And she wants to show him that she's supportive. Coming up next week, we're going to talk about the difference between that high value man and that high quality man. There's a huge difference. And I want men to understand that. Salute to Ace Hood. Props to his wife for showing these young girls and these wall bangers as well how to properly be a helpmeet. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.